Mr. Lamb, you can call your next witness. We'll give Dr. time to get out. Sir. Thank you, Dr. Clark.
Good what?
All right, Mr. Lamb.
Your Honor, I'm sorry for the brief delay here. I am at a point where there are. I know it's 4:30. It's not 5 o'clock yet, and I understand that. But I would ask the court to consider let's ending for the day, because I have some decisions that I need to make about additional witnesses that I'm not in a position to make at this moment. I mean, I will call a witness and proceed if I must, but I.
Well, I'd like to. Do you have a witness that you don't anticipate will be very lengthy?
Yes, sir. Okay, I do.
If you need 5 minutes or something of that nature, that's fine.
If I could have 5 minutes to decide.
I'd like to have another witness today. I'd hate to leave early, this early. So I'm going to let you step into the jury room literally for 5 or 10 minutes, and then we'll come back and hear at least one more witness.
Yes, Your Honor. The state is, we'll call Parris Purmort.
Parris what?
Purmort.
Purmort.
Parris Purmort. Purmort. Okay. Stephen, I need 3 exhibit stickers.
All right, Mr. Purmort, if you'll face Mr. Lamb and receive the oath, please.
Yeah, give me just put the next 3 numbers on and the card. Raise your right hand. From the other to do this test to be the truth, so help you God. Okay, have a seat. Ms. Purmort, I'm going to ask you, I'm going to tell you that you need to speak up, okay? Because this lady is trying to take down everything that you say, and more important to me, all of these folks need to hear everything you say, okay? So I need you to speak up so that everyone can hear, all right?
Okay.
And make sure that you answer audibly, yes, no, that sort of thing, as opposed to nodding or shaking your head. All right.
You can pull up closer to that microphone if you like. There you go. Thank you.
Okay. What is your name?
Parris Purmort.
And Ms. Purmort, where are you from?
I'm from Griffin, Georgia.
Where do you live now? I mean, I'm sorry. Do you live somewhere? Do you have another place that you stay here in this area?
I go to college at Georgia Southwestern State University, so I live in Americus.
And when did you start school at Georgia Southwestern?
August 11th, 2023.
When you started school at Southwestern, were you involved in or affiliated with a particular program there? The Jimmy Carter.
I was not.
Oh, you weren't in the Jimmy Carter.
I was
program.
not.
Okay. Did you? What dormitory did you live in?
I lived in Oaks 2.
And Oaks 2, the rooms there, the rooms there are basically like little suites. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Can you move a little closer to the mic?
Or pull it over there to you. There you go.
Okay. Yes, sir.
When you go into the room, there's like an open area, a small open area with a sink and a bathroom door, and then
Yes.
are there separate bedrooms?
Yes, sir.
Which room? I mean, which suite did you live in at Oaks?
I lived in R159.
And did you have a roommate, suite mate? Did you have a suite mate?
Yes, sir, I did.
And who was that?
Trinity Poague.
Yeah. Was that the first time you'd ever met Trinity Poague?
When we moved in?
When you moved in?
No, sir.
Okay. When did you previously met Trinity Poague? How did you know her?
We met through a Facebook group for freshmen coming to Georgia Southwestern State University and decided to become roommates. And then she came and met me for the first time in May of 2023 when she came to my high school graduation.
So she came to Griffin for your high school graduation in May?
Yes, sir.
And then did you see her at other times over the summer?
I did. In summer, I believe it was June or July, we had a family vacation. She came on for a couple of days.
How did y'all decide, how did you go about, or how did you end up being roommates?
The Facebook group from the freshman incoming class.
So was it a circumstance where where people could indicate roommate preferences, and if the university could honor those, they would?
Yes.
So y'all both indicated a preference to share the room?
Yes, sir. There was, we decided that I think we reached out through each other on maybe an Instagram DM or a Facebook DM, decided that we would room together, and then had to go through a portal on GSW and choose each other.
After you moved in to the suite at Oaks 2 with Ms. Poague, did you have occasion to meet someone else who was associated with her or involved in a relationship with her?
I did.
Who was that?
Jay Williams.
Jay Williams?
Yes.
And who was Jay Williams as it related to, as you understood it, who was Jay Williams as he related to Trinity Poague?
He was her boyfriend.
How did you come to meet Jay Williams?
I believe the first time I met with him was when he was at our dorm. Trinity brought him to our dorm.
He was at your dorm?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and do you remember when that was? You don't have to give me the exact dates, but approximately?
Approximately August 2023.
August of 2023?
Yes, sir.
Did you at some point, well, I could ask you a different question first. Through your friendship with Trinity Poague, did you, were you made privy to information concerning her relationship with Mr. Williams?
As if he had a child? As in that he had a child?
No, as in, like, did she tell you about things involved in their relationship?
Yes.
Did she talk to you about her relationship with
Yes.
him? And if you were going to describe their relationship as it was portrayed to you by Ms. Poague,
Yes.
and as you may have observed over time, if you were going to describe their relationship and summarize it in, say, 4 or 5 words, 2 or 3 words, how would you summarize their relationship?
Very rocky.
Did she at times complain to you about her relationship or about Mr. Williams or things he had done or that sort of thing?
Yes, I would say that she complained about the relationship, but not necessarily about specific things he would do.
Was there a particular complicating factor in their relationship that you were aware of?
That he had a child.
He had a child?
Yes.
Did you ever meet the child?
I did.
What was his name? How did you meet the child?
I believe the same circumstances of him bringing the child to the dorm.
When he brought the child to the dorm?
Yes.
How many times, if you recall, how many times or approximately how many times do you think that he may have brought the child to the dorm?
I would say around 5, approximately.
And when he brought the child to the dorm, was it each of those 5 times, was there anything unique about those visits in terms of the length of those visits? Were they overnight, or were they just for the day, or what?
Usually they were overnight.
Were there times, any time or other times that you're aware of when he brought JD to the dorm and left JD with Ms. Poague for any period of time?
Not that I can recall right this second.
So if JD was there, was he typically there?
Usually, from my knowledge.
Jay Williams?
Yes.
What did you think of JD?
I love JD.
Did you get to spend any time with him when he was there at the dorm?
Yes.
How did he act? What was his demeanor as a child?
He was very fun to be around, I thought. He was learning to walk around that time, so we would be in the bathroom common area walking, or I would put him down and ask him to walk to me.
And that was in like August, the earlier part of the time that he was here visiting? Okay. Did Ms. Poague know that you had a positive relationship, I guess, with the child?
I believe so, yes.
Do you recall what her complaints were as it related to the child in terms of her relationship? What was it that caused the complication in the relationship with the child being there?
Her not feeling like she could love JD as if it was her own kid.
Did she ever express to you any interest in having children of her own with anyone, or particularly with Jay Williams?
Not that I can specifically recall.
She just had difficulties with the fact that he had a child with someone else?
Yes.
Do you recall at some point you interviewed with someone from the GBI?
I did.
And then after that interview with the GBI, during that interview with the GBI, did you provide them with some screenshots of text messages and so forth out of your phone?
I did, yes, sir.
Subsequently to that, did they ask you for permission to download your phone?
Yes, sir.
Basically to copy the contents of it. Did you authorize them to do that?
I did.
And are you aware that as part of the analysis of your phone that there were text messages between you and Ms. Poague that were extracted and preserved from the phone?
Yes, sir.
And have you, some of those text messages, well, you've met with me, is that right?
I have.
And some of those text messages, we actually, we discussed. I asked you some questions about some of them, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. When you saw those text messages, were you able to determine of your own memory or by looking back in your phone again, were you able to determine that the messages in the format that I showed them to you?
Yes.
That they were accurate, that they were the same messages that were actually in your phone or had been in your phone?
Yes, sir.
Did you remember, even if you don't remember the details of each message, did you remember the context of the various messages?
Yes.
Okay. So these are from the phone extraction. Okay, these are not the screenshots. These are from the phone extraction, and these are messages that start. They start. Let's see. The first one is August 17th, 2023, and they go up through. Then they move forward, and there's more on the 17th, and then up to the 22nd.
August?
Yes.
Is that the one you gave me before?
No, the ones I gave you before, the ones that from January.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
You got a copy of that? Is that a copy?
well, other than the drive, I gave you, I didn't make a separate copy of this. But I'll let you. I'll let you look at just a second. These are the messages that this is the section that I'm going to put in now, which is they start back here, August 17th at 10:30, and then move forward to here. Okay. I'm going to hand you what's been marked, or what I am now marking as State's Exhibit 37.
Okay.
And it consists of 4 pages. For the record, Your Honor, it consists of 4 pages, and it shows text messages by and between Ms. Purmort and Ms. Poague during the time period from August 17th, 2023 at 10:30 p.m. up through, there's a message from August 22 of 2023 as well. And if you don't have them in that format, T, I'll let you use it right here. Hold on. Here you go. I'm going to hand you a copy of my working copy here. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Show you State's Exhibit 37, which consists of 4 pages. It covers the time period that I mentioned just a moment ago. And can you look at these? And if you recall, they begin here and go backwards.
Yes.
from the back to the front.
Okay.
So you might want to read them that way. But could you just take a look and glance at those and tell me if you recall seeing those or recall those messages being in your phone and knowing that they're in your phone?
Yes.
Okay. And who are those? Your Honor, this time I'm going to tender State's Exhibit 37.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Made without objection.
Okay. So if you flip to the last page, page 114.
Okay.
And the first message, the message that starts this exchange between the two of you, is it August 17th, 2023 at 10:30:51, and it's the message that on that form is the very one at the bottom.
Okay.
Okay. So the first message is from who to who?
The first message is from Trinity to me.
Okay, and what does that message say?
It asks if you were up. Says you up.
Right? And then you responded a few seconds later and said what?
Yes.
Okay. And then after you responded and said you were up, Ms. Poague sent another message. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and that's the message that's at the top of page 114 of that printout.
Yes, sir.
What does that message say?
It says, "Why do I feel anger towards JD? Like earlier when we were in bed and JD kept touching Jay's face, I almost cried."
Your response to that, which came again just a few seconds later, and this is at the bottom of page 113.
Okay.
Your response to that was what?
What do you mean, like you feel anger towards JD, question mark?
And then her reply to you a minute later, what was what?
Like, I don't know, not jealousy, but like I want to love him, but instead of loving, I just feel like angry, like want to punch him. LMFAO, OMG, that sounds so bad.
Okay. What does LMFAO stand for?
Do you want me to say that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, but yes, can you tell?
It stands for
Most
laugh.
people probably know what it stands for, but I'd like for it to be in the record.
It stands for laugh my fucking ass.
And OMG is,
Oh my God.
IDK is,
I don't know.
and WYM.
What do you mean?
Okay. All right. So then after that message to you from Ms. Poague, was there another message that came short, just a few seconds later from her?
Yes.
And what does that message say?
Ever since he's gotten here, Jay has not touched me.
And then at the bottom of page 112, the next message, which is at 10:34 and 48 seconds, again is from her to you. Is that right?
It is.
And what does it say?
He's currently on the floor.
Now, in the context of these messages and the context of other conversations that you'd had with Ms. Poague, do you know who she's talking about and what she's talking about when she says he's currently on the floor?
I believe she's talking about Jay.
Okay. And would be on the floor where? Like,
Of the dorm room, I would assume.
would it be like on the floor or on something else? Was there an air mattress in there?
I'm unsure about this time.
Okay, you don't know if there was an air mattress at that time?
I do not know.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. In any event, you responded to her message at 10:35 that night on August 17th, and what did you say?
I said, I think he's just trying to take care of JD and make sure he has space and everything he needs. I don't think he's trying to come off as not wanting to touch you or be with you. But that's his baby, you know.
And then she replied to that about a minute later and said what?
Maybe it's just because he had a kid with someone else and I'm just starting to realize that I can't be with someone who doesn't have my kid.
And then your reply to that was what?
I can understand where it may be hard to raise a kid who's not yours.
Okay. Subsequent to that, a few days later, on August 22, was there another message from her to you that appeared to be a forwarded message, that like she sent you a message that she had sent to someone else?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And to read read it yourself briefly, the message that's there in the center of that page, the one that starts, "I've told you."
Okay. Okay.
Do you remember getting that message or a message to that effect from her?
Yes.
And what was the context of that message? Like, who was she talking to in that message?
Jay.
But she sent you what?
I believe a screenshot or probably just forwarded the message to me.
Forwarded the message. Okay. Had y'all been to? Did you know what this was when you got it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, what was the message that she forwarded to you that she had sent to Jay earlier in that week or that day?
Read it aloud.
Please.
I've told you from the beginning that I would always try to love JD is the same as mine, but since me and you have gotten serious, every time I see him, I just get angry at the world, and I just have a gut feeling of anger. I don't know what it is. Maybe because I'm so young, and I know if I am committed to you, then I am committed to him. You're 24 and I'm 18, and I know that the age difference isn't much, but you have a kid and you have more responsibilities than just spoiling me. I don't want to be your second baby mama. I wanted to be your first, but that won't ever happen, and I don't think that I can continue to be in a relationship with you and have that in the back of my mind.
Over time, from that point in August forward, did you ever have conversations with her in which, they weren't recorded in messages, but where y'all talked about this particular issue?
Yes.
And what did she express to you as to how she felt about the child, and the child as it related to her relationship with Mr. Williams?
I would say around the same things of she didn't know if she could love him like her own kid, that she would get angry at him when he was there.
Did she ever express her anger and to you? Did she ever express her anger in a way related to how she felt about the child?
She would say such things as, I would want to run him over with my car.
She told you that she wished she could just run him over with her car?
She did.
In November of 2023, there's some more messages and I guess I'm just announcing this for the record. These messages, Your Honor, that I'm about to ask her about, or I'm going to show her this exhibit. The exhibit will consist of 5 pages, and it's messages that began on November 9th, 2023 at approximately 10:30 p.m. and then proceeded from there same day to like 10:40 p.m. So it's about 10 minutes worth of messages. And it's going to be marked as State's Exhibit 38. I'll show it to Mr. Gamble, and I'll show it to the witness. They go in reverse, but
Back here,
yeah, yes, sir. Yeah. I'll show you these, and I just told you what the dates were.
Okay.
State's Exhibit 38, and if you would look at, start back here, reading forward, and just tell me if you recognize the messages that are in there. Do you recognize them as messages that we talked about?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. The first message in that series of messages, the one that is at the very end of the page, or the end of those pages, that's time-stamped November 9th. I'm sorry, Your Honor, I don't think I tendered the exhibit. Oh, tender States 38.
Do you have any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Submitted without objection.
the first message in that series of messages, it's got a timestamp of November 9th, 2023, 10:33:58 p.m., and it is from Ms. Poague to you. Do you see that on there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you read that message to the jury, please?
It's okay, LOL. I'm just going to sleep in your room. I can't do JD crying that much. Hopefully he's in a better mood in the morning.
Okay. Do you know what she was referring to about wanting to sleep in your room and hoping that he'd be in a better mood tomorrow?
As in what was happening then?
Right, as in what was happening at that time during that time?
Give me just a second. I don't recall exactly what this situation is.
Was Mr. Williams and the child, were they in Americus at the dorm during that time?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And then after she sends that message, what's the next message that she sends to you?
I promise not to touch anything, LOL.
Okay. And then your reply to that was what?
Yes. Yes.
What was that last thing you said?
I promise to not touch anything, LOL.
Okay. And then your reply to that message was what?
You're fine.
And then you sent another message just a few minutes, just a minute or two later, on that night at 10:34:36. And what did your message to her say?
Is he still crying?
Talking about who?
JD.
Did he cry? I mean, a lot?
I would say yes.
When he was at the dorm, could other people hear him crying from time to time, or do you know?
I have no idea. I was right next to her, so I could hear.
You could hear him through your wall.
Yeah.
Okay. And you ever been around other kids, little kids that age?
Yes, sir.
And just in comparison to whatever it is that you would consider to be sort of average, do you cry more or less than most children you knew?
I would say about the same. I didn't really think any more or less.
What made him cry, generally?
I'm really unsure.
I mean, hungry, sleepy, tired?
Yeah, normal things like he wanted to eat or he was tired.
Okay. Did you, at any time in there when you saw the child, did you have a sense from either his behavior or his appearance as to whether or not the child was possibly the victim of some kind of abuse?
No.
Did you ever notice anything that would appear to be an unusual amount of bruising or scratches, marks on his face, on his body, or anything like that?
No.
All right. So you asked, is he still crying? And then her response at 10:35:21 was what?
No, not right now, but Jay is trying to tell me what to do, and it's pissing me off because it's like you don't even go to sleep with your own kid. If he's sitting up, he's not going to go to sleep.
Okay. And who's she referring to as if he's sitting up, then he's not going to go to sleep?
I'm unsure. I believe JD.
I'm sorry?
I believe JD.
Okay. Okay. I'm talking about JD is the one that's not going to go to sleep.
Yes.
All right. And then she sends another message right after that. And what does that message say?
And then I'm trying to take a shower, and I had to bathe him, and I just sat him down and let him cry because I'm not about to baby him.
Not about to baby him. And who was she referring to then?
JD.
That she wasn't going to baby the baby?
Yes.
Your response that came just a moment later, about 3 minutes later, that's shown at the bottom of the page 58 there, in the ones you have in your hand. What was your response?
Trinity, you just let him cry.
Okay, and her reply to that was what?
Yep.
And then what did she say after that message that said yep?
I was trying to bathe him, and he didn't like the water hitting his face.
What was your question? Your response to that? Did you ask a question essentially?
I asked her after that, I said, did you sit him right in the line of the shower head?
Okay. And she said what?
No, I was turned to my back to the water, and he was sitting in front of your stuff. The water wasn't even getting in him that much. I'm assuming
The water wasn't even getting in him that much?
Yes.
Okay. And then you replied, what?
I said, oh, what the heck, JD?
Okay. And then she sends another message at 10:42 to you. What does that message say?
He's just tired. Maybe he will be good for you, but as soon as I get back, I'm taking his ass home.
Which says maybe he'll be good for you. Who's she referring to?
Me.
You?
Yes.
Do you know if this was some point at which you were planning to or had agreed to watch him for some period of time while they were together or something?
Yes, I believe I must have agreed to watch him the next day.
You'd agreed to watch him the next day?
I'm gathering that, yes.
Okay. All right. And after she says, I'm taking his ass home, she sends another message in that series, and that's, well, two more. The one just above that. What does it say?
I'm done. I can't do it, Parris.
And then the one after that?
I'm not ready.
Okay. I need to put this up there in just a second. All right. Show these to Mr. Gamble.
Coming back, so I can go, you coming back?
Right. And
Okay, I got you.
it's all the way to the last message that day at the hospital.
You remember that babysitter all the
That's it.
time?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the last one I got. Okay, Mr. Purmort, I'm going to hand you a exhibit. It's marked State's Exhibit 39. It's 1, 2, 3, 7 pages. Do you look at those and tell me if you recognize what's shown on those 7 pages?
Yes.
What is that? What do you have there?
That is a text thread between me and Trinity.
I'm sorry?
That is a text thread between me and Trinity.
A text thread between you and Trinity?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and is there something different about that text thread and the way it's displayed and the ones that we were just going through?
These are screenshots off my phone.
And who took those screenshots?
I did.
And when do those, what time period do those messages cover, if you know?
January 13th and January 14th.
January 13th and 14th?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I'm going to tender State's Exhibit 39 at this time.
Any objection?
No objection.
All right, submitted without objection. Ladies and gentlemen, she will be our last witness today, but I do want to finish up with
Everyone wants me pushed over this thing. Well, I don't guess I have a choice. Judge, I'm sorry, give me just a second, I gotta reconnect this. It will stay this way. what is the, I did tender them, right?
Yes, sir.
What is the date, the date and time of the first message that's shown in that exhibit?
January 13th, 9:28 p.m.
And I haven't had this much trouble with the display on it until now. I apologize, and give me just a moment, I'll have it back operating. At this time, I'm going to display it up here. At least in here. So the first message that she sent, who sent the first message?
Trinity,
And what time is that message?
9:28 p.m.
What did the message say?
Are you coming back in the morning? Somehow I got stuck with JD.
Are you coming back in the morning? Somehow I got stuck with JD.
Yes, sir.
Where were you when she asked you, are you coming back in the morning?
Yes, I was at work. I worked at Magnolia Manor. I was a certified nursing assistant.
Okay. What do you do at Magnolia Manor?
I was a certified nursing assistant, so I take care of elderly.
What shift were you working then?
Night shift, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m.
So when she sent this message at 9:28, she said, somehow I got stuck with JD. And then what was your response to that?
Yeah, I'm coming back. How'd that happen?
And then she says what?
He made me feel bad because it's already late and JD is being so fussy, so he asked if they could stay.
And you asked what?
What are y'all going to do about tonight?
Her response was what?
No clue. I guess I'll probably sleep on the air mattress in the sink area. I can't do being around JD anymore. He hates me and I hate him.
Now, when she says, I'll probably sleep on the air mattress in the sink area, do you know what she's referring to then?
I was under the impression that she would be the air mattress into when you first walk into the dorms. It was a common area with 2 seats on the right, and then our rooms broke out with different doors.
Okay. All right. And so when she sends the message that says, I can't do being around JD. He hates me and I hate him. Did you reply to that?
I said, is he sleeping with JD in your bed?
And her response?
Probably.
Okay. And then there are several messages that you sent at that point. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. What are those?
Trin, that's so messed up. Make him get on the air mattress with his child. That's not your kid and y'all aren't together.
All right. And then if you go to the next page after you said, and y'all aren't together, what does the message say?
I know. I told him after tonight he better not contact me.
And then you sent another message that says what?
Well, you can sleep in my bed if Jay and him are in your room, but I want to come see my child.
Okay. Now, what do you mean by that? I want to come see my child.
I love JD, so I wanted to come see him on my lunch break.
And what did she say?
You want me to stop by your work and let you see him?
Okay. And your response was what?
No, I can come on my break. Are y'all at the dorms?
And then what did she say?
No, I went to Albany to go to Sephora. I'm on the way back.
And you said, let me know when you get back, right?
Yes.
And then that was a good time for her to go out. Then there's another message right after that that says, we're at the dorms, right?
Yes.
What time is that message, the one that says we're at the dorms?
9:59.
Okay. When she said she was back, what did you say?
Okay, I'm coming. It's me and Caitlin because I got on a break a little earlier.
Okay, and what time was that?
10 o'clock and 10:05.
10 o'clock and what?
The second message is at 10:05.
10:05, okay. Do you know what time you got to the dorm? Well, let me back. Did you go to the dorm?
I did.
Do you know what time you got there?
Around 10:30.
Okay, so sometime between this message and 10:30?
Yes.
How long were you there?
Maybe 5 minutes.
Did you see Miss Poague?
I did.
Did you see JD?
I did.
Did you see Jay Williams?
I did.
What were they doing? What was their status at that time? I mean, in terms of what were they up? Were they asleep? Were they?
They were awake. They were awake. They were in Trinity's room.
All three of them were in Trinity's room?
Yes.
Okay. Did they appear to be in the midst of any kind of a fight or anything? Any kind of an argument or anything?
No, I believe Trinity was changing JD's diaper.
Okay. So, at that point, did you know, or did she say anything about what the sleeping arrangements might be for later that night?
Not that I can recall in there.
Okay. So if it's not in the text, you don't recall what
sir.
may have been said at that point, right? Okay. So you were there at 10 or left somewhere a few minutes later, around 10:30. Oh, I know what I was going to ask that I skipped. What was JD's condition when you saw him?
He was normal. Perfectly fine.
Did he appear normal?
Yes.
Did he act normal?
Yes.
What is normal for him at that time? What was normal for him in terms of like his demeanor and so forth?
If he wasn't crying, he was usually just kind of straight faced. He never really changed his expression. I actually picked him up at the time and held him on my hip and was trying to tickle him, make him laugh.
Did you get a good look at him?
Yeah.
Did he appear to be hurt or injured in any way?
Not that I could tell.
Did you see any bruises or marks on his face?
Not that I could tell, no.
Okay. Do you think you would have, if you had seen something like that, do you think it would have stood out to you?
I believe so.
Did he appear to feel okay when you saw him? I mean, did he appear to be in any kind of pain, like he was hurting or anything?
I don't recall him being in any pain.
Now you said that Miss Poague was changing his diaper, or when you got there, she was changing his diaper as you got there?
I believe so, yes.
Did she make any comments about anything being wrong with him, about him being sick or anything like that?
Not that I remember, no.
Did anybody tell you that he was sick or had been sick or wasn't feeling well or anything else like that?
Not that I remember, no.
All right. So you left, and then when did you next hear from Miss Poague?
At 11:46 p.m.
Okay. And that was the same night, right? January 13th?
Yes.
All right. And what was the message you got from her at that time?
Is it okay if I watch TV in your room?
And you responded with what?
Yeah.
She said, thank you, and you said?
Are you okay?
All right. And then what was her message after that when you said, are you okay?
She responded with, yes, I'm okay. I just need a break, like mental break. JD isn't asleep and Jay is knocked out all over the bed, and I didn't want to play the TV. I'm sorry, LOL. I didn't mean to seem like a bitch earlier.
Okay. All right. Now, she's telling you that she's okay, but she needs a mental break because JD won't go to sleep and Jay is asleep on her bed.
Yes.
Okay. So did you tell her it was okay for her to watch TV in your room or whatever she wanted to do there?
I did.
Right? And then what did you say? Your response was?
No, you're okay, LOL. Wake Jay up and get him to help JD go to sleep.
Okay. And then what did she say when you said, tell him to get up and help JD go to sleep?
She said I did, and he just put him beside me and let him roll off the bed.
And let him roll off the bed?
Yes.
Right. And then your response was?
What? In all caps.
And And she said what?
Yep. He's okay.
She said he's okay.
Yes.
Now, did anything else get said to you at any point about JD rolling off of a bed, falling off of a bed, or anything else about whatever his sleeping arrangements were that night?
No.
So, the next time is it the next time you hear from her? That next text message that came at 12:41 p.m. the next day? Is that the next time you heard from her that you know of?
No, the morning I got off of work, I came back to the dorms about 7:15 p.m. a.m. Sorry, 7:15 a.m. And I was leaving to go to work or to go to Griffin to see my dad at church. We briefly passed in the common area of our bathroom, but it was just a bye, love you, I'm going to Griffin. And then this was the text message last time I heard from her.
Okay, all right. So when you saw her there, when you got home from work at 7:15 or whatever that morning, and you saw her in the common area of your room, were you able to learn then from talking to her, or were you able to see by observation later whether she had slept in your room the night before?
It didn't look like anyone had slept in my room, no.
Did she say anything about having slept in your room?
No.
All right. So then at 12:41 p.m. on January 14th, she texted you and she said what?
I need you to call me. Jay just took JD to the hospital.
Right. And you basically replied, yeah, I'll call. Is everything okay? What happened, right?
Yes.
Right. And then at what time did she send the next message to you?
1:06 p.m.
Okay. And what does the message say at 1:06 p.m.?
There's cops everywhere. I have no clue. He was watching TV, and when I picked him up, he was just so weak, but he was breathing. They don't think he will make it. They don't think he will make it was later at 1:47.
Okay. All right. So the message at 1:46?
1:47, yes. The original, the big...
Yeah, the one before. This is there's cops everywhere.
That was 1:06.
1:06, okay. She says, I have no clue. He was watching TV, and when I picked him up, he was so weak, but he was breathing. Did you have any idea what she was talking about in terms of him being weak or her having to pick him up or anything like that?
No, sir.
She then sends a message that says they don't think he will make it. Okay, was there any conversation that took place either before these messages or in between these messages or whatever that you can recall in which she gave you any outline or understanding or explanation for whatever had happened up to that point?
There was a brief phone call. I believe it was during this time. Something along the lines of he had a skull fracture, but the medical doctors were coming back in to talk a little bit more, and then she hung up. It was very, very brief.
Okay, so sometime before that 1:46 message, she told you something about he had a skull fracture, but then she had to hang up because the doctors were coming in.
Yes, I believe so.
All right, and then your next communication with her was that message about cops, everything, he was so weak, etc.? Was that the next communication between y'all?
I believe between that message and the 1:47 that they don't think he will make it was the call.
Okay. All right. So it would have been a very brief phone call then, if that's the case, right? Yes. All right. And then your response was what?
Trinity, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Are you okay?
And she said,
I don't know what to do.
Right. And then you asked her a question. What did you say?
Did they say what happened or why they think that?
Okay. And what did she tell you?
He hit his head at some point. I don't know. They won't give us each information.
Think she may instead of meaning to say each, that might be a typo, that it was supposed to be something else?
Maybe much.
Much. They won't give us, he hit his head at some point. I don't know. They won't give us much information, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then you ask a question about last night. What's your question to her?
Didn't he fall off the bed last night?
And when you said, didn't he fall off the bed, what was her reply?
I don't know. I was asleep.
how did you respond at that point?
I said, Trinity, I don't even have the right words to say. Just know I'm praying so hard for you and Jay. I love y'all and Jetty so much. I'm so sorry I'm not there.
And then there's some messages from her, several in a row. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, what do those messages say?
My mom is coming up here. Apparently, they plan on taking me down to the station. Later, an hour later, she says he has a skull fracture. Apparently, all of his friends and his sister think I did it.
Okay, stop there. What time is that message?
3:42 p.m.
All right. And then after that, she sends another message that says what?
My parents are on the way.
And then?
I didn't do it, Parris. I would never lay my hands on any kids.
Okay, and then after she says, I didn't do it, I wouldn't lay my hands on the kids. Okay, what's her message after that?
I'm not around him more than 5 minutes by myself.
You said, Trinity, I know that. You asked her if her parents know everything now.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What were you referring to when you said, do your parents know everything now?
I was referring to her and Jay's relationship.
Okay. To your knowledge, were her parents aware of her relationship with Mr. Williams?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. Had she told you at any point that she was keeping it a secret,
Yes.
or at least for now?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so you say, do your parents know everything now? And she says what?
Yes, I don't even care. I'm freaking the fuck out.
Right. And then what did you say?
Everything is going to be okay.
Her response to that was what?
No, it's not. They will charge me because I'm the girlfriend. I would never hurt him.
Okay. And you said what?
I know that. Everyone will be able to see that.
And then her response when you said, I know that, everyone will be able to see that. And I'll wait for it to pop back up. Maybe it will. Well, maybe it won't. What was her, there it is. What was her response at the bottom there?
How the fuck do you get a skull fracture?
Okay. And then you sent her, and I'm going to flip to the next page because it's easier to read on the next page, but you send her a message after she says, how do you get a skull fracture? Okay? And she sends you back, or you send her a message. What does that message say?
You texted me last night and told me he fell. That had to be it.
Okay, so this was the second time in this conversation that you made reference to the fact that she had said something about him falling the night before.
Yes.
Right. And when you sent that message, what was her response?
But that was only off the air mattress, and the air mattress wasn't that far from the ground. I can't text about it. I don't know what's going to happen to me.
You said what?
I said, I'll call you in just a minute to check on you.
And her reply was what?
I babysit all the time, and nothing like this has ever happened.
Do you know if you've had any other communications or messages with her since that message that day?
Not with her.
The comments that she had made about, I'd like to punch him in the face, or I wish I could run over him with my car. In fairness, I mean, did you take those, did you interpret those yourself as a threat of some sort?
That she would act upon?
Yes.
No, not that I thought she would actually.
Thought she was just talking?
Yes.
Venting, what's the phrase, venting? She was venting?
Yes.
I need just a minute, Your Honor. How did Ms. Poague act around the child when Mr. Williams was there?
Very indifferent, in my opinion, just dependent upon if their relationship was going good that day or not.
Okay. Was there any point at which you perceived her as acting, I guess I would say, openly hostile towards the child, or not?
Not very openly. I wouldn't say very openly.
Not openly hostile, okay. What do you mean by that, not openly hostile?
I mean, maybe in the privacy of the dorm room, but not in a bigger situation.
Okay. Did you ever observe any physical violence directed at that child by her or by Mr. Williams?
Not that I can recall.
In November of 2023,
Let's cut that off.
yes, sir. In November of 2023, did you hear anything from her about an incident involving her hitting the child with a dresser drawer, or pulling a dresser drawer and hitting, or a cabinet drawer or something and hitting the child in the head with it?
Not that I recall.
Okay. She didn't say anything to you about that having happened?
Not that I remember.
Did she ever say anything to you about some incident or possible incident about the child hitting the wall in December of 2023?
Not that I recall, no.
In all the times that you saw the child, whether in her immediate presence or not, did you ever see the child at a time that the child appeared to be in some kind of physical distress?
No.
Did you ever see the child in any time in which he appeared to be injured in any way?
No, sir.
Nothing further.
Cross-examination.
Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court. Mr. Purmort, I'm P. Gamble. I represent Trinity Poague. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Very good. Just have not a whole lot of questions. I know it's getting late in the day, but I do have a few. And first, if may I approach the
Yes, sir.
witness, because I don't have a copy of those first two. These
Okay.
two, he just showed it to me. I do have them on some computer hard drive perhaps, but not a hard copy of it, John. If I understand things correctly, you met Trinity sometime before y'all began school in college in August at Georgia Southwestern, correct?
Yes, sir.
And in fact, y'all met well enough that you went different places together and became friends before you became roommates in your suite, correct?
Yes, sir.
Even to the extent one time you came and helped her with a pageant that she was dealing with, correct?
I did.
And she went to things with you, correct?
She did.
And then y'all decided, because of the friendship you struck up from Facebook and then being around each other, to room together at Georgia Southwestern.
Yes.
And as I understand, y'all was rooming the whole time from August until this incident in January 14th, correct?
Yes.
Now, you testified earlier that you believe that Mr. Williams came to see her with the child, or sometimes, maybe as many as 5, correct?
Yes.
But you also were asked how many times did he spend the night, or when he came, did he usually spend the night? Did he spend the night with her each time? And you said usually.
Mm-hmm.
Of those 5 times that he came with the child, was there some of those times he did not spend the night but just visited and went back home with the child?
Not that I remember.
So are you saying then the 5 times you recall would be 5 times that he came and spent the night with the child?
Yes.
Now, in addition to spending the night with the child on 5 times from, I assume, August until January, correct?
Yes, sir.
He spent the night a whole lot more than that with her, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
And it wouldn't be uncommon for him to spend the night on weekdays with her, correct?
Yes.
A couple of times a week usually?
Yes.
That didn't bother you?
No.
It was okay with you?
Yeah.
And he spent the weekends almost every weekend, correct?
Yes.
And so that would be at least somewhere 3 or 4 times every week he was spending the night with her in her room and you were in your room in the same area, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, at the same time, were you working night shift most of the time?
Yes.
I mean, while you were in school, did you work the night shift?
Yes, sir.
What, Monday through Thursday or Friday? What did you do?
My schedule was kind of irregular. Maybe I might work 2 days out of the week, 2 night shifts out of the week.
Okay. So you were gone sometime at night, but you'd be there a good bit of the time, correct?
Yes.
So were you around them a good bit in their relationship?
Towards the latter part, no. Me and Ms. Poague went separate sororities, different friend groups. So even when I was not at work, I wasn't always in the dorm. If that makes sense.
Okay. Now, you testified about some early August conversations you had on the phone on text messages in which y'all were discussing the child and her being uncertain about having a child in a relationship and that type thing, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, you were aware at that time the relationship was fairly new between her and Mr. Williams, correct?
Yes.
I mean, you knew they started dating maybe sometime in June, right?
Yes.
And here we are in August, so it's only a couple of months, right?
Yes.
And were you with her, or did you friends with her when she first met JD?
I'm not sure.
You don't know exactly when she met.
I don't.
But anyway, you do know they started dating about June, though, right?
Yes.
And you've already described it, I think, as you've already said it, but to some extent, this was a pretty volatile relationship, correct?
Yes.
It was up and down, break up, make up all the time, correct?
Yes.
And would you agree with me that it was sort of an immature relationship?
Yes.
And you had expressed to her at times that you felt like it would make more sense for her maybe just to break up with Jay, correct?
Yes.
Because you saw the situation as the way it was going, that didn't make a lot of sense, right?
Yes.
And I think let me see if I can, you read some of this, and it's going to take me a second, John, to figure out from where it came from, but you read part of the text that came from the early August, correct?
Yes.
One thing I recall that she had said to you about being in your room, I promised to not touch anything. You remember that?
Yes.
She meant your stuff, right?
Yes.
She wasn't talking about I promised not to touch JD. She talking about I promised not to mess with your room, right?
Yes.
At one time, let me ask you if you recall this being in a text message. She said to you, "No, not right now, but Jay is trying to tell me what to do, and it's pissing me off because it's like he don't even get with his own kid. If he's sitting up, he's not going to sleep." You remember that being read to you?
Yes.
And she meant by that the child is up and wanting Daddy to be with him, but Daddy's already asleep, correct?
Yes.
And it was fairly common for her to be left in care of JD during the times that JD came and spent the night at the dorm room, wasn't it?
I would say they shared that responsibility.
Did you see her often bathe the child?
They usually did it together.
Did she often change the child's diaper?
Yes.
Did she carry the child around sometime when they went places?
Yes.
Now, you remember when there was a text message in which she had sent you a screenshot where she had said some things to him. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Give me 1 second, I'm trying to understand what this text is. Well, I'm not sure if I'm finding it right now. I'm not taking too much time, but when that text message was sent of the screenshot where she had sent to Jay, and she had said basically that she didn't think she could do this and she didn't want to be with him and the child and it's better off if they maybe go their separate way, that type thing. You recall that?
Yes.
You didn't read the reply to it, but the reply from you was that you agreed and thought that was a good idea, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Sorry.
Okay. So, I mean, you were recognizing that time period in August that maybe the best thing for them to do is to break up.
Yes.
because of all that back and forth and the questions about having a child, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you could understand to a degree, an 18-year-old girl just going to school, in nursing school, would want to have her own life and her own start, correct?
Yep.
I mean, you're kind of in the same position,
Right.
right? Doesn't mean you couldn't take over somebody else's child, but at the same time, that's another factor in a relationship, correct?
Yes.
And even on the day that the texts were sent about being at the hospital, you were clear when you replied to her messages that you loved her and JD and Jay, correct?
Yes.
And when she said she didn't do it, you replied several times and said, I know you would never do anything like that, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And that's what you believed, at least at that time, correct?
Yes.
I mean, you weren't just saying that to appease her, were you?
No.
Okay. Now, you said also that the child cried a good bit, but maybe not more than others. But would it be fair to state that the child could be somewhat fussy at times?
Yes.
And you've been around some small childs where they can especially be fussy when it's bedtime, correct?
Yes.
Fight and sleep and that type thing.
Sure.
And this child being brought into y'all's dorm room was a place where he didn't have really much to play with or anything, correct?
Yes.
Now, as far as the sleeping arrangements, are you aware of whether or not the child from time to time slept in the regular bed with either Jay or with Jay and Trinity?
I assumed that was what was happening. Yes.
You think that's what's happening?
Yes.
You were aware of that, right?
Yes.
So it wouldn't surprise you if they were on the regular bed, not the air mattress, sleeping together, correct?
Yes.
Now, is your bed like Trinity's that sits way up off the ground?
It was.
So it's higher than normal, right?
It was.
Would you agree with me that you would not want a child to fall off of that bed?
Objection, Your Honor. It's whether
I was
whatever her
I
opinion
was
is about that's irrelevant.
Would you agree with me that y'all have very hard concrete floors?
Yes.
If you fell and struck that, it would hurt you, right?
Yes.
Would it be fair to state that even though Trinity talked about the child being something that she maybe not be ready for in a relationship, she also complained about from time to time Mr. Williams being too controlling?
Not that I can recall right this second.
Do you recall her ever talking to you about him wanting all of her social media password accounts?
I knew about her wanting his.
You never
Or
heard
both. Both they going it both ways, yes.
You knew they both wanted each other?
Yes.
Did he get angry with her from time to time when she was out and about in college, where she went to some event or things like that when he was not around?
Not that I really remember right this second.
You don't recall him getting angry one time when you and she were off somewhere and he didn't like it because she was not responding on the phone?
Not that I can recall right this second.
You may not be aware of that?
Not right now, no.
Now, you said one thing that JD was learning to walk when you first saw him, correct?
Yes, well, in the later.
Latter
months,
part.
Yes.
So you met him, I don't know if you met him, but sometime in August, by August you'd met him.
Yes.
And then as we get on toward November maybe, he's starting to walk.
Yes.
And like most toddlers when they're starting to walk, did he have these bumps and bruises where he'd stumble and all that kind of thing?
Not that I observed.
Did you ever observe him stumble and fall?
Yeah.
Because he's trying to learn how to walk, right?
Yes.
Now, you know you initially had a text message there at the very end of the text threads. That was the January 13th and 14th text thread that began on the night of the 13th. You recall being you got in your hand there, right?
Yes.
And that was where Trinity had told you that initially that the child had fallen off the bed but was okay, correct?
Yes.
Now, later, she told you that it fell off the bed, but it was apparently from
The air
the
mattress.
blow-up air mattress, correct?
Yes.
Do you know any reason why if she had caused harm to the child, that she would try to minimize the fall and say it was from an air mattress rather than the high bed?
I didn't know.
Have you ever talked to her about that?
No.
I believe that's all the questions I have, Jan.
All right, any redirect?
I don't think so.
All right, may this witness be excused?
None, Your Honor. She may be excused.
All right,
Yes, Jan, I'm about to take it.
thank you, ma'am, you're free to stay.